My name is Jonah. I just want to tell you to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Hi everyone, today I'm diving into something really exciting from XAI. It's called Grok 4. For those of us who haven't heard about Grok 4 prior to this time, think about something that is faster, smarter, and more capable than anything seen before. Grok 4 isn't just another step forward, it is a massive leap forward. Okay, so just before I talk about Grok 4, I want to talk about the previous model, which is Grok 3, and this will give you an insight as to what Elon Musk has done with, Grok 4. Many of us are quite conversant with ChatGPT. We use ChatGPT almost every day for those of us who are into content creation or businesses and all of that. And majority of us don't really know that there are other options that can also do well, and Grok 3 is one of them. Particularly for times where you feel like ChatGPT is not giving you, the output you really want, or you want something to compare and see, better ways of going about the task. Grok 3 can really come in handy at such times. To give you an idea, as to how advanced Grok 4 is, think about an AI that learns exponentially faster than any human. Grok 4 doesn't just perform well; it aces tests like SATs. Masters complex subjects ranging from humanities to advanced sciences, and handles completely new problems effortlessly. It's essentially smarter than any graduate student across every single field all at once. According to Elon Musk, while he was doing the demo for this particular model, he said that Grok 4 is able to perform tasks that is not humanly possible even by PhD students. So it's that advanced, really advanced. He also, made mention of how Grok 4 is going to get to that point where it will begin to, look for problems on its own and then generate technologies to actually solve that problem. Can you imagine that? To show what that means, let's look at the humanities last exam, the one they call HLE. It's a brutal test, with PhD level kind of problems, and in subjects like maths, chemistry, and linguistics. Most top scholars around the world will score around 5%, on this particular exam. But guess what Grok 4 did? It crushed it. It's basically performing at a PhD level in every single subject. Is that good? Now, besides academics, Grok 4 is picking up practical skills as well. It's starting to use advanced tools, the kind engineers use at companies like Tesla and SpaceX, for those of us who follow, enjoy technology news. Another version of Grok 4 called Grok 4 Heavy. Now, this particular version takes this further by even running multiple agents all at once. These agents work on a problem in a parallel and compare results and choose the best answer to give. For those of us in content creation, I'm wondering, how do I use Grok 4 to ensure I'm productive at what I do and all of that? It's not just Grok 4 is not just generating texts, it's also producing high quality creative multimedia content, whether it's writing scripts, building social posts, or summarizing research, or even generating images and audio. Grok 4 can do it fast and with style. I think when I tried it out, generating images from Grok 4 and ChatGPT, I realized that Grok 4 appears to be faster in terms of when you're looking at speed and all of that. Now, in real world tests like vending bench, which would simulate business scenarios for those of us in businesses who would like to use Grok 4 for our everyday business or productivity, Grok 4 did not just win its competition, it dominated them flat. And in terms of consistency, it appeared to be more consistent in decision making than competition tools as well. Now, looking ahead, Grok 4 is positioned to transform industries like biomedicine, finance, research, you name it. The list is actually endless. With upcoming improvements in image, video, and audio understanding, this model is going to get even better. This is just the beginning. Grok 4 is here and is already reshaping what's possible. One thing about it is that I don't know how long it's going to dominate the market, because of course Google is not sleeping, cloud is also not sleeping. But as at today, in terms of performance, it seems to be doing quite well. So for those of us who have been, using ChatGPT and would like alternatives sometimes, I'll tell you that Grok 4, is a very good option. If you don't have, of course, the money to purchase an upgrade, to Grok 4, the Grok 3 is also available and it's absolutely free. You can also use that for your everyday tasks. And from what I can see, it's fast and it gives you good results as well. Depending on the kind of prompts you put in, of course, which is the same across board for all AI tools. You need to get your prompting right. You need to understand prompting, and that will also determine the kind of results you get. But by and large, I think it's a good tool to try out and keep in your kit if you are, somebody who consumes a lot of content or produces a lot of content. For everyday people who are not very certain as to what they can actually use Grok 4 or Grok 3 for either, you can use it for freelance coding assistant. You can use Grok 4 to code, and build MVPs or even debug a client's project and charge hourly, for those of us who are on Upwork or Fiverr. Another thing again you can do with Grok 4 is for SEO and content packs. You can leverage Grok 4, to generate long form blog posts if you run a blog. You can also use it to generate social media captions and repurpose threads for small businesses. You can also use Grok 4 for micro SaaS prototyping. That's for those of us who are into software as a service or are interested in software as a service. You can use Grok 4 for that. You can experiment if you haven't tried it out before, but somehow you have interest in that. You can use Grok 4 to build a lot of beautiful things. You can start with small projects like habit tracker, diet tracker, and Grok 4, can actually do that for you. For those of us who have a flair for writing or who have particular interest in writing or would love to learn how to write, using Grok 4 can be a very good starting point for you, or even the free version, which is Grok 3. You can use it to generate content, ebooks, and all of that. Now, I'm not saying that you should get content out of, these AI tools verbatim and then sell it to your buyers. But of course, you can use it to build on ideas. You can use it as a starting point and then begin to work on it by adding your own human experience, your own knowledge to it, and that will make it more valuable and make your work more competitive to what other people are doing. The chances of your product being purchased will actually be higher, compared to somebody who just goes out there to copy something, some stuff from AI and start selling. Of course, if you don't know where to start, you can go on Gumroad. Personally, I use Gumroad to sell some of my ebooks, and it works. Another aspect I would like to talk about is for small businesses around you. Look around you. There's a lot of money, around you. There are businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses that do not have the time or even the human resources to carry out some form of research on their own. You can research them and look at their competitors, generate a competition reports. All of this, you can use Grok 3 or Grok 4 as a tool, to be able to generate these reports, and you share it with, with these businesses. You'll be surprised that they'll be willing to, pay for that, because everybody wants to grow into business. Nobody wants to start a business and then not thrive. When you look at what competition is also doing, people would want to pay for that kind of service. Think about it. It's something you can actually do. You can actually go online to explore on your own and let your creative juices begin to flow. There's a lot of things you can do if you really are looking for how to increase your stream of income and you've tried other things, it's not working. You can play around with these tools, and as you play around with them, you begin to get ideas that really work gradually, and before you know what is happening, you're already building a business for yourself. So I'll also be showing you what Grok 3 can do, just a walkthrough to show you that when you're tired of using ChatGPT and you want another alternative, Grok 3 is also there for you to explore. All right, guys, so to access Grok, you want to put grok.com on your browser, and then it brings you to this interface. So you can see that it's somewhat like what you have with ChatGPT. So in here, you can type in your prompts. I particularly like the story of Eve, and we just want to put a simple prompt to see what kind of image Grok is able to produce. So I can say here, create a realistic cinematic style image of Eve in the Bible eating an apple, and she is seen wearing a full cloth made of leaves. Now let's see what Grok is able to do. Okay, it's ready. All right, so look at that. This is what it created. This is the first one it created. And then this is the second one it's created. You can see that the picture quality is really lovely as well. Now, for those of us who have been using ChatGPT, let's go into ChatGPT and then enter same prompt. So I just quickly copy that from here and go on straight to ChatGPT. Same prompt, and let's see what ChatGPT can also do. So like I said, ChatGPT appears to take its time a bit when it wants to create image. It looks like Grok is a bit faster. Still taking his time. Now, we have to wait. Still waiting. So, but of course, the two AI tools are nice. Like I said earlier, when you want something that will probably give you the opportunity to compare reports or to compare results, it's a good AI tool. You can try. So it's loading on here, and let's see. Takes its time, I guess. Okay. Tell me, what do you guys think? That's how it works. So, of course, you can see that the two of them, two different AI tools, still able to produce, something that is useful. And I think you should give it a try. When next you want to do a research or you want to generate an image, want to explore. Okay, let me see. I forgot to mention on Grok, it has this feature called background. I can pick here. Let's say we want to do desert oasis. Let's see what it does. Okay. Yeah, you can see that it has changed the background. So guys, just let out your creative juices, explore, play around, and you'll be surprised how you'll be able to create beautiful things from this application. So I'll head right back to the video. See you there. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the chat and I'll respond. If you have questions, you can also reach out to me.